On April 18th, 1924, a firefighter named Frank Levy was washing a window at the fire station. For some reason, he paused in his work, his hand resting against the pane of glass, and he told a friend who was standing nearby that he had a strange feeling that he was going to die that day. Just then, the station received an alarm call, and the firefighters were sent to a fire that had broken out at Curran Hall, an office building in Chicago. While fighting the fire, a wall collapsed and sadly killed 8 of the firemen, Frank Levy being one of those killed. The next day, one of the firemen noticed something strange. Something strange about the window that Frank had been washing the day before. There seemed to be an unusual stain on the glass, and it appeared to be the imprint of Frank's hand, at the same spot where he had been leaning the day before. They tried everything they could, but they could find no way to erase that strange handprint. It seemed to be etched into the glass. An expert from the Pittsburgh Plate Glass Company brought a special solution to the firehouse one day, guaranteeing that it would remove the print, but it didn't work. Over the years, there were several suggestions that the pane of glass be removed, but many of the firemen argued, saying that it wasn't right to fool with the unknown. Besides that, it was a reminder, albeit a grim one, of their dead friend. And there was no doubt that the handprint belonged to Frank Levy. An official from the city had come down with a fingerprint comparison, and the prints matched those of Frank's. For the next 20 years, the print defied all explanation, and was a common attraction to visitors as well as other firemen from around the city. Finally, on the morning of April 18th, 1944, a careless paperboy tossed the morning edition at the firehouse and shattered the window where Frank's print had been. It happened exactly 20 years to the date of when Frank Levy died. We were responding to a call in a dark, secluded industrial area one night, when the engine suddenly sputtered, stalled, and coasted to a stop, directly in front of a railroad crossing with no gates. Just as we stopped, a freight train came through. The engine started right up and ran fine after the train passed. The second example happened one blazing hot summer afternoon. We were just called to a highway construction site for a burning shanty. We pulled up and began advancing the headline, when it suddenly seemed like the hose became tangled up in the hose bed. We went back to the engine to check, and just as we did, the shanty blew up. There were no tangles in the hose, and it wasn't hung up or caught on anything.